It's the most annoying thing in the world. You have to add yourself to Streamlabs. I'm just sitting there looking at a blank thing going, wonder what's going to happen. Absolutely nothing. What's happening, everybody? Dan's playing with golf clubs. He got a new toy. I don't blame him.
We got a hard hour tonight because I got to go get my kids.
We got a hard hour tonight because Dan has to go get his kids. I'm not going to repeat what he said to me, but he's going to do that for sure. Oh, I thought you just threw those. Wait, they would definitely break. I did break 2 glasses on Thursday at Evernorth. One wasn't even touching. It was just sitting in the dishwasher. Luke saw it.
You were the last one to touch it.
That is true. I was loading the dishwasher, and then all of a sudden, I was holding 2 more glasses, and we just heard, and I was like, huh? Just broke.
We're going to drink new bottles of whiskey while we recap the event. That's what we're going to do.
I was going to use this one. Look at this
These
glass.
were all sent to us and gifted. That's a cool. I like that.
It's like a really big
Canadian Glen or whatever.
Yeah.
Called. Canadian Dram.
Something like that. It's like a large wee dram.
I like that. That's cool.
That's like the event glass that we had, but like XL size. So if we gave you guys these and then put a half-ounce pour in there, you'd be sad.
There's only one of those.
Yeah.
Fuck. Oh, there it goes.
About to be 0.
And the stream's dead. We might as well listen. This didn't get killed at the fucking VIP.
I was kind of mad at the bartenders. I had to yell at them twice. I kept going up there, and they would uncap stuff and then set it on the back rail.
Yeah. Also, they just threw the caps away.
And I go, hey, can you guys bring those back out? This is like a visual thing. We don't have a list. Like people only can see
they knew that
what
they
we
were there when I
have.
put all the bottles up.
And they just keep sending shit on the back. So that's why like this made it through. I think what was that?
That's dirty, dude.
You don't like it?
No, it's dirty whiskey.
This is funky, dusty whiskey. I had a pour of this there.
Nasty
it was pretty
whiskey,
good,
dude.
Oh, so you're there for it.
That's a freak. You know what I mean? If anybody's wondering, this is Anderson, 10-year-old Anderson Club. It's pre-Fire Heaven Hill. It is only 86 proof, but this was purchased for the VIP event.
Damn, that's good.
Goodness gracious, it smells like a gal. It came from not America.
Tastes like pancakes and syrup.
It's a 750 ml from Japan, which is weird.
Well, that was back in the day when they still shipped out 750s.
I assume that's Japan writing.
Japanese is the word you're looking for.
I didn't say it wrong. Yeah.
You didn't say it right.
Yeah, because what happened at the end of the night is when we were boxing the bottles up, I'm like, we need a cap for that, a cap for that, a cap for that. They're like, oh shit. And 2 of them are screw tops. And I'm like,
they just threw them away.
Kind of listen, I'm not against throwing stuff away. Big thrower awayer
Dan
myself.
is a giant thrower awayer.
But not while the things are in use, which is interesting. So this is way better than the McKenna.
Yeah,
way better.
Agreed.
There's some McKenna left too, but this is significantly better than that. Because I did try the McKenna while we were there.
All the glasses at Evernorth were free, right? Yeah, Rob.
Who said that?
Rob.
Kick him out.
Chris said hashtag ready for next year.
I love, dude, Rob and Alexa. Absolutely incredible human
Great
beings.
peeps.
I might go move to Florida for them.
They invited us to the beach.
I told Rob I might just move, or I told Alexa, I was like, I might just move. I'll come down with you guys.
Seems like a lot.
Yeah, whatever. They live on a golf course. Fuck it.
What are we going to do with Evernorth?
Who wants to run it for us? I'll run it remotely. Who wants to do the manual labor?
You're going to be very upset with the facility that we have.
Who wants to do the manual labor? Pay you guys a couple bucks an hour.
Couple bucks an hour. Minimum wage is what you'd have to do.
Do the waitress wage. You know what I mean? Is that $2.50 an hour?
I don't think you can do
$6
that.
an hour?
They have to be a tipped waiter or a wait.
Okay.
Like
everybody tip when you go to everybody you see. Hand them a tip if you're
Tony,
at Evernorth.
Bag of Donuts said this thanks you for a great event. It's a Scooby-Doo shirt gonna be available in store. I forgot to grab one. I also left 2 nerds and turds picks in the share room. Hope they got a good home. See you next year. Cheers. Yeah.
Oh, that is a dirty. Oh, You son of a bitch.
Sorry if you paid for it, Glenn. Yeah, you just got ripped off, man. Thanks.
They aren't actually. For those who don't know that that's an ongoing inside joke, they were not free. Thank you for buying.
They were never
Glenn's if you
free,
bought one.
actually.
They never were.
Just Jerry, thanks.
Hate that I couldn't make it. Literally got sick the day before. That sucks, Nick. So did Boyer.
Yeah, Boyer and his gal came down with some schmovid.
Boyer sucked on COVID and then was upset he couldn't come. You know what I mean? So
Don't know if that's how that worked.
how else do you get COVID now? Sucking.
You're in a mood tonight,
I'm
huh?
exhausted, dude. I haven't caught up yet. I'm dying.
Oh no, I don't think it's
dying,
gonna
dude.
happen.
I'm dying. It's gonna be
you
really
had a-
inappropriate.
You got any more of that water?
In this glass. In that glass, if you want it.
You know what? Fill her up. Oh yeah. Don't right to the top. Give me that Russo pour.
Water tension. I drank 9 bottles of water at the Saturday event.
I think I drank at least 5 to 7, somewhere in that range.
Gracious, dude, I crushed a triple cheeseburger.
I lost probably 3. Drank somewhere 5 to 7.
If I got one, I would chug it and I wouldn't drink anything else till it was gone.
Yeah.
It was warm. Actually,
Very.
the Saturday event, temperature and humidity wise, nowhere near as bad as a VIP event, truthfully. Nowhere near it.
Yeah.
Nowhere near.
Yeah.
I wasn't even sweating at the Saturday
If
event.
you stayed down, or like the fans helped a lot upstairs.
I didn't go upstairs.
And then in the bottom, like the stone was very cold, so
Yeah.
it kept it like pretty chill in
that
there.
was the goal.
Outside, very hot though.
That was the goal. Was
Had
that
It had to be in
it would be
shade.
a cellar downstairs, and thank God, I know how brick and cement work, dude.
Do you?
know?
Jason.
Or I'm lucky.
Gonna try super hard to make pours next year. Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it, man.
Tom Morrow. If you're looking for more sponsors for next year, I know a guy.
You guys got to be in Michigan. This becomes the
Yeah.
problem, dude. So this is why some of our friends that have distilleries don't have booths there, because like otherwise, like Barrel King would have had a booth.
Got to be distributed there.
Last year we talked about Forgate having a booth, but the problem is Michigan won't let you have a booth and serve alcohol there if you aren't distributed within the state of Michigan. So, dude, eventually Michigan is going to stop with pre-prohibition shit, and then
No, they won't.
yeah, they will.
They made too much money off it.
No, they will someday. They'll have to someday. It'll just be like everything else. It'll just slowly roll. Like it'll slowly roll over. These people will die. Dude, the lawmaker in the UP was like, "This is all bullshit. You guys know that, right?" And I'm like, "Running for president, vote."
Abolish
vote.
the MLCC.
It's wild. There's a couple people.
2024.
There's a couple. There's a couple good ones, dude. The bad ones will age and die. The good ones, hopefully, will stay alive longer. You know what I mean? I don't know which they are, but take them and leave them. Leave them and take them.
Feels like a real rich statement there.
Bury them.
Jesus Christ.
dude. Put Luke in here. I'm a fucking shit show.
All right, we're going to bring Luke in. If you guys don't know, Luke organized the whole event this year. Lucas.
How's it going, guys?
Hi, buddy.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
All right, good. Running the headphones. I didn't know how that was all going to work out. So
As long as people don't say that we have an echo, we're good.
Yeah.
wait for chat, I guess.
Chad doesn't tell us the truth, Luke. You know this.
Can we not just...
I do.
That's his mic. Don't do that. Go to
How do we...
the computer settings in the bottom right.
Yeah, that's what we need. I thought you
Yeah.
could just move it inside of...
Oh,
That would be too convenient, wouldn't it?
well, you can't. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Like Discord, you can adjust everyone's volume
Mhm.
individually.
Well, yeah, Discord's
Oh.
a hell of a drug, though.
Yeah.
Comparatively.
Justin Potts, holy smokes, a lot just came rolling in very fast. I said, thank you guys for a great time, Evernorth. And then Bourbon in the Barn, very well run events by Luke. Big Vic, this is for Dan for not blowing. Cookies?
Butthole. Gosh damn it, dude.
Dang.
That's wild with the emoji.
Dustin, I was like, is that cake cookie? That
Gosh.
makes more sense. Dustin, throwing out 10 Bourbon Junkies
Thank
membership.
you,
You get
man.
one, say thanks, Jenny.
Thank you, Dustin. Appreciate it.
Whiskey Trek. I did something with someone in a brown dress. Probably caught something worse than COVID.
I guarantee you caught something worse.
Brown
than
dress is
COVID.
looking good this year.
It's
All I'm
called-
saying.
South Park did a whole thing on it being full blown. So
Yeah, the return of brown dress.
yeah. We did. It was late. It was a late return, but we did have a return.
They made it.
Got to see Travis Neary change in a
I hear a lot of people did.
Glass door.
Through a glass door.
Yeah, whatever. Same shit.
Yeah.
Felt the same. I got me too, basically, by Travis. So actually I did because he grabbed me several times. No consent. And then went and changed in front of everybody on accident. So
He didn't know how blinds worked. It's a real thing.
yeah. Luke, how did you feel about the event, buddy?
I mean, not just from me, but I heard from a lot of people echoed pretty well, like how much more chill the whole event was this year. And,
People were more
hanging out
laid
at the
back this year,
hotel,
which is good.
Yeah. a lot more self-policing across the board with people. Anytime someone was getting almost to that point, there was always people around them. It seemed like encouraging them to maybe call it a night or head to bed, stuff like that. So really, other than that, a couple little noise complaints, just one per night, and we went down and had a little chit chat, and after that, everything was all good. So
It's a great moving average.
Freaking
Just one.
freaking
Just one.
Benson, you son of a bitch, dude. How dare you?
it's just it's the excitement, you get enough
Benson's
people
like the
in
smart kid
there.
in class.
Everyone's got a conversation going. There's 10 different ones
Yeah.
going at the same time. Everyone's talking over each other.
I'm just giving
no
it the
big
like
deal.
shit.
I know. I gave him shit when I went down there, but he put the hammer down and everyone quieted right down. So we were all good on that.
He's good for that. Blake will tell everybody shut the hell up. So
It wasn't Blake. Yeah, it wasn't Blake's fault. Blake was sitting quietly listening.
it's
to everyone
never
else
Blake's
talking.
fault, dude. I don't know that it's ever been Blake's fault,
I forgot you can check him in here, can you?
It'll put him on screen.
Yeah, I was
There
gonna
you go.
say I got the room. Thanks, Jeff. Shout out. I needed an extra room so the in-laws could watch Q. It's great.
How far away do they live? Half an hour? 20?
45 probably
is it?
from
Okay.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree, Luke. Everybody, so we organized how the VIP was run and the drinks were upstairs.
Yeah. That helped a lot,
so
actually.
that we didn't have all of the people downstairs, which was nice. And then everybody downstairs was like, are there way less people here? And it was like, there's the exact same amount of people, actually, but we're just fully utilizing the space this year, which is nice.
Yeah, like not a lot of people
Yeah,
were
you don't
using upstairs last year.
Yeah, no one.
So
and you weren't like trying to walk through the line to get
Mhm.
anywhere, to get to the bathroom, to get more pours, to get food,
Yep.
like all that stuff. So yeah, that was nice. Other than, like you said, nothing we can do about the weather, the temperature.
Goodness gracious.
Goodness
dude.
gracious is right. Like, and then
Lord.
it had to rain on us multiple times, so people would
was
come
so-
in, then they go
Not
back
me.
out, and it'd be even more humid. It's like, but yeah. Other than that, great time. That one, I think, even smoother than last year with all of the checking in. And I mean, I don't know how we're gonna fix the long line for getting pours specifically.
I mean, it was only really bad at like the beginning when everyone gets there.
Because everyone walks
After
in.
that-
Yeah, everyone walks in,
Yeah.
wants to get a pour. It's all boom, one super long line. So
I would be very surprised if there were a VIP event there again next year. So
yeah,
Based on
I
some
would also be
conversations I had with
fairly
some people.
surprised.
So nobody knows this, but we almost didn't have the VIP there this year. So
we found that out like
Some very
a month before.
some very stern phone call was made, and
thanks.
some very
Thank you,
stern.
Dan.
What'd you say?
Said thanks to Dan. Yeah,
Some very stern text messages were also sent, and in the meantime, I said, Luke, find us another VIP, and then made the phone call, and then had some choice words, and then we had a VIP spot, and I was like, Luke, keep a fucking backup, please, just in case this shit hits the fan again. But
nothing like a little heart drop moment, right? Or like we're all set. Like the one thing I hadn't been planning on working on at all.
right, yeah, we just figured
Like,
that would
set.
be the
That
easy
was
part.
set like
Yeah.
a long time.
That was
ahead
set in
of
like
time.
January or February
January.
or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
January. That was the first thing that was just like, yep, we're set, we're good, it's confirmed. Like,
Yeah.
work on everything else. All right, got it.
yeah. Yep.
So
So, truthfully, from the planning thing, I think the only things that went wrong, which was the VIP, which that was almost catastrophic. That was almost actually really bad for real. And then,
But that also wasn't our fault.
It would have been.
Well, it was kind of on them.
I know, but it doesn't matter.
I know.
It affects the VIP
That's true.
ticket holders,
Yes.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
And then
We'd be having a pool party.
oh, I've got a lot of fucking messages. Oh, it's not our fault.
Yeah, we would have a pool party.
But the VIP, and then everything was all right. Now, mind you, the food, I will full transparency here. No hand up accountability from me. Food was worse. What the fuck were those wings? You know what I mean? Way worse than last year.
Yeah.
I don't know if they switched some stuff up, but it's like they weren't the same. They were like the same type of smoky, charry ones that they usually do. So,
and then the insurance is a little fucky for just a little while there, and then the MLCC was a little picky for a little while there.
They'll never not be.
You know, some of the distilleries are just slow to respond to some things, and I think otherwise. Planning from a planning perspective, things went really smoothly. So
when you said food was way worse, I was like, dude, I thought the food trucks this year were great.
No, the food trucks were good. The VIP, they changed. They have the best bar wings they had.
Yeah,
the best bar wings of all time, and those wings weren't there this year.
They used to.
Sad days, but
yeah. I mean, when you start switching up people, that's kind of something that can happen for sure. So I don't know.
Good time. Why would who? It wasn't me in a dress. You're thinking of someone else.
It was Shauna.
I'm still sad that I missed the in-person dress. I was out taking care of stuff, and then my phone just starts blowing up with just picture after picture of Sean in a dress, and by the time I got back in, he'd already changed.
It's like a half an hour.
It was also what, like midnight?
No,
11.
10.
Luke, I told you 74 times to relax and enjoy the rest of the night.
Oh yeah, yep. And I'm sure everything.
I'm sure that happened.
Done. I'm sure everything would have got done just on time.
Everything was done at that. By the time Sean put the dress on, everything was over.
Yeah,
pizza had been there.
Who do you think cleaned up all of the rooms and the lobby and outside and
there were when Sean had the dress on, there were still people in the lobby and outside.
Yeah, I know.
There was nothing to clean up then.
All right, Dan. I promise I was working on stuff, or I would have been out there looking at Sean and getting pictures of him in a dress.
Everything was over, Luke. I kept telling you, I was like, just go enjoy the night, dude.
Let's see, 11:15, 10:30, 10:28, 10:22 is the first picture I see with.
That's right on about 10:30.
Sean in a dress.
Yeah, that's perfect.
So I was literally cleaning up. We were cleaning up the conference rooms. We were kicking people out of the bottle room. And
Tommy came out and yelled at everybody.
Yeah,
I know. I was telling Tommy that, and he was like, "You want me to go yell at people?" I'm like, "Please go out there and just." Hey,
he did that.
Anyone, come grab your bottle, please. I'm like, that's what we needed. So,
he did that.
Yeah, some people still missed. They're like, it was like 11:30. A couple people came in like, "Oh, it's closed." I'm like, "Yeah, well, we had it posted at 10.
Yeah.
Sorry, like." Maybe we didn't do as good a job communicating. You gotta come pick your bottle up.
False,
the rooms down.
People just don't listen.
Yeah, I know. It's like you can only say it so many times, or so it's so many places.
Yeah.
By the time you're drinking all day long, having fun, time gets away from you. It's okay. So, but
people kept asking me if I lost a bet, and it was like, there's dumber stuff on our channel that I'm a part of. The self-tanner one.
That was like 6 years ago, though.
That was worse.
That was 6 years ago.
That was worse.
That was so... I'm trying to think.
Way worse. Way worser.
Yeah, but your brown dress is joke within a joke. So, I mean...
Yeah.
It is. It was there for the people that were there last year.
Uh-huh. Well, Dustin and Kelly brought it.
Yeah.
Which is wild.
Yeah.
Which
they
is
went
great.
and bought that.
Which is great.
The craziest part is it fit Sean.
Hey, man.
Yeah, Kelly said something like, "Wow, I can't believe how well Sean fits in a dress size small," or something like that. And
I got a great figure. I've been working on it.
Gotta rip that dad bod now.
Yeah, pretty much. It was quite airy.
Listen,
breezy.
Luke refuses to enjoy the evening.
No.
When we say, Luke, it's time to relax. It's the VI. It's just the fucking actual planning shit is over. Enjoy yourself. Luke is like, fuck that shit. I'll find shit to do, and I'm going to make sure I do it. And he did that.
But we're happy you did.
There was a point where I literally sat down and put my feet up, and like
Good.
CJ and David was there. Like we were just sitting on the corner.
Okay.
Everything was nice and quiet in there, and we sat there for like an hour and a half, probably. You know, like
You
at the
should
end
just
of the night. So
after everybody left the conference rooms, you should just close the door with you and you're like whoever you want to talk to.
it's like
Just
there's
close.
4 people in there. You're like, sorry.
Just see you later, dude.
But no, yeah, the rest. I mean, after we closed the conference room and I cleaned up, took stuff out, then I sat around the rest of the night.
Okay.
First
good.
pour of the night for the whole day was some dusty turkey off of Chris's. He brought in a little grocery bag full of dusty turkeys. He just started pulling them out one after the other. Turkey diamond. Yeah, I'm just like, yep, that'll do for the first pour of the night for sure. So
yeah,
that was great.
He had cool shit in there in the and was he still in the lobby with them all?
Yeah, up in the lobby.
Yep.
This year's bottle share was wild. Lot of crazy bottles floating around.
Yep.
Very, very generous people just bringing stuff that is just absolutely, unobtainable, crazy price, this and that, and not just in the conference room. They had their own separate bottle share out in the courtyard too. So, which was cool. Actually, the pizza room ended up being just for eating and sitting there, and it was icy cold in there.
It's kind of nice.
People would come in, it was quiet in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you could get back to it. So, which was great.
The Thursday event at Evernorth went really, really well. I was very happy with that. And that was like, I mean, that's what I expected to go well, I guess. If like everything shit hit the fan, that would have been the thing I expected to go the best anyways, just because it's like our space, it's easier.
Yeah, like less people, easier to control.
So we just know how the space works now, which is nice. We've had a couple event type things there now.
Mm-hmm.
But then the Friday went really well outside of weather. Everything was great, truthfully, which is what it is.
One of their AC handlers was down is kind of what was going on.
They said it wasn't. They specifically said our AC's on. Please keep the door shut. They said that to me when I was carrying bottles in.
One of the gentlemen that was standing up front when it was like dripping and stuff, he's like, one's down.
Nice, man. Thanks, guys. Hey, maybe get your shit together when you have an event that's going to make you that much money in one night. That being said,
no volunteers died this year.
Everything was good outside of the temperature and humidity at the VIP. And then at the Saturday event, that went great. We had more breakout sessions this year. Yeah. Which were all full, which is great.
Solid feedback.
And everyone made it and checked in on time.
Awesome. That's great. And then this was our best year for distilleries we've ever had, which was great. And then
and they brought I feel like this year's swag merch, props, and the tables are all decked out more than the last 2 years for sure.
Yeah. This is my favorite list of distilleries that we've had there. Out of all 3 years so far, this by head and tail, far and above, this year is my favorite group of distilleries. I feel like we had bigger names this year than we've had in the past 2 years, which is really cool. Barstown Green River showed up like they always do, and were freaking awesome, which was really
I was
cool.
told we needed to get a display like theirs, and I had to explain to someone different budget.
We could get a display like theirs.
Different budget.
That display didn't cost a fortune.
Yeah.
Their bar last year cost a fortune.
Yes.
We could get a display like that because we wouldn't have to ship it.
Yeah.
We could just fucking put it in a trailer. You know what I mean?
Yeah, not counting the $80,000 truck they were pulling it around with.
No, we're not talking about that.
Yeah, we can tow it with Ricky's car. Fuck it. So anyways, but their displays were really cool, and I do agree that having something like that would be baller as fuck. And I bet I mean, those are way less than 10 grand, and they can use those for fucking ever, which is cool as fuck. Yep. It'd be cool to have one of those at a golf outing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that would be so fucking cool. Or
just roll up and just set up with it. Boom,
well, and truthfully, if we go to other events, other people's events or something in Michigan, to have that, people are going to walk. They were set up in a solid spot, but if you walked in there and you saw that one, you'd be like, I gotta check that. If you didn't know who any of those people were, you go to that one 100%. You know what I mean?
It's too interesting, too eye-catching to not at least go over there and check it out.
Poor guesses went better than I would ever imagine.
We brought Poor Guesses back this year, which was cool.
Oh, you know what? I never
one,
asked.
but not year 2.
Yeah, I never asked Brandon if anyone ever had to use the paper ones or not.
Luke
Just like
and Brandon decided on the Poor Gases bottle. Full transparency.
Yep.
So.
Sorry, after that video came out and everyone was ripping you for Travelers, and even at the end of the video, you're like, "Sorry, I guess you guys could just like unsubscribe," and we're the worst. Brandon's like, "What do you think, Travelers this year?" I'm like, "Oh my gosh, what a great suggestion."
If you ever need to get back
like
at somebody or a large group of people, Brandon's your guy.
We got something like diabolical,
We got so shit on for that Traveler score. And listen, I would retract it.
Yours was still pretty high.
It was 72. I would retract it. If possible, couldn't. But anyways, or we just don't. I guess we could have, we just didn't. But anyways, average at Pours in the Park, 70.
Was.
What's up, guys?
I gave like a 65, so that's fine.
You gave 68. So anyways,
I
think we were 4 off.
I think it's 65.
I think we're only 4 apart, dude.
Luke, what'd I give it?
Sean gave it a 68. Dan gave it a 77.
Oh, buddy.
Luke, dude, what the fuck, man?
I
won't say my part.
Wow, this was a 72. You were telling me a 72. Dan gave it a 77, guys. You can still unsubscribe to Dan.
I don't believe Luke. This is the first time ever. So, anyways,
ouch. That makes it what, 72 and a half average. So really.
So the average was 72. I thought my score was.
You're welcome.
I get it now.
I brought our average down.
Fucking A. Yeah. Thank God. Sean's always been a curve ruiner. This is the first time it's come into play for me. Nick said, finally someone good looking on the stream. Love you, Luke. Somebody go ahead and rock Nick for us. Thanks, Nick, for the super chat.
Love you, Nick.
The Poor Gases we brought back, people like that. That was fun. I think what were there, like 80, 90 people played or something like that? 70, 90 range?
Roughly, yeah.
That was cool. And then truthfully, we didn't think anybody was going to get Traveler because it's kind of hard because it's blended whiskey, and Buffalo Trace has other low profile or low proof bottles. You know what I mean? Plenty of them, I'd say.
My favorite part was 2 of the 4 people who won literally did it on the first smell.
Which means they're cheating, right?
No, because they're like, I've had it one time, that's the first thing I thought of when I smelled it, and they're like, I'm sticking to my guess. I was like, that's wild. Like if it's something that leaves that much of an imprint on you that you've had it one time and you can nail it. That's crazy.
Neutral. It's such a neutral thing, which is such an. It's such like a non-specific whiskey. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
What are you? Sean's over here doing IT function. It's like he's like coding. There's a fucking Linux box to my right now. And it's all for Nick, by the way. It's all for Nick.
We got it. Don't worry.
But I think the Poor Gases thing was great. I'm glad that we did it again. We wanted, when we knew we were going to have an Evernorth booth, it was like we can host Poor Gases now, which is great because Bardstown actually did it for us the first year. The second year we just scratched it, and then this year it was like we have our own thing. Yeah. We can just do it in our own spot, which is perfect.
And as long as we don't get sued for any like misinformation that David and Kira were putting out, as for what Evernorth does and does not cure or gain you in life, like financial freedom, I think was thrown out there at one point in time.
I think David told me that if I had gout, that it would cure it.
Perfect.
And I think he also said if I. Man, what? It was like a really old time, like polio or some shit. That this was what I wanted. Like it was.
Every time I walked by there, everyone around there looked like they were having a blast. Like everyone was like just having David and Kira there.
Yeah,
it's great entertainment.
I'm very grateful that David and Kira, like we had this is the one thing that I actually was bummed. I forgot to say this at the event, but like huge shout out to all of the volunteers because they come and help for the whole day, and. It's just that's like a day of work for them, even though they're in a place they'd probably rather be than work. That's still like a day of like doing things on your feet all day and doing stuff. And we need volunteers every year. So I meant to say that during the event, and I forgot. That was the one thing I forgot to say. But thank you to all the volunteers that help because that is like a thing that we require. So for the event, but
and the extra people who just showed up and helped, or was still there and helped, and just jumped in and
setting up and
I was
tearing
gonna say there are a bunch of people that helped us
tearing-
set
yeah.
up in the morning and tear down and
I mean,
pack up the trailer, all that stuff.
I can't imagine how
No.
miserable doing that up and down would be if it was just us.
It would have taken a lot more than 2 hours. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, if there was 5, 6 of us, it'd take all morning long to
Yeah.
even get it around. So yeah, thank you so much, everybody who showed up. It was awesome.
Just sit down.
It was very cool. So after the poor guesses, I was super happy and ecstatic to have our own spirits company booth at our own event. That was something like as soon as we had Evernorth, it was like, dude, now we can, like, we're putting on this event. When the first time we put on the event, we didn't have Virtue or Evernorth. And so it was such a cool thing to be able to have our own booth there this year with our own whiskey, with Brandon at the booth explaining them, with David and Kira, who have been around the channel forever, like they're pouring for everybody. Like that was the coolest freaking thing. And I would not have rather had anybody else at that booth. I was so happy that those were the people there. We had our own products there. That was such a cool fucking thing. Like, I don't know. That just meant a lot. But what else happened? I didn't go upstairs once. I was out in the sun a lot.
You never went upstairs
downstairs
once?
a lot. Never upstairs.
Upstairs was
Maybe a
pretty
couple
chill. It was like
Was it?
some chairs sitting around and then the breakout session area. So
Come to find out, Dan Calloway, very good at that.
Dan Calloway.
yeah. Same for Karen.
I was gonna say I caught a couple like minutes of each of their like spiels. I missed the cigar one, but I caught a couple minutes of Karen's and Dan's.
Did you?
And both very good at what they do.
Dan Calloway's a bad motherfucker.
Yeah.
Also, Karen, bad motherfucker. Those, like, Karen will always be a special human to me because of the life-saving ability that she has when you're almost dying and vomiting in Green River.
Saved him.
It was super cool that those two personalities were at our event. That is a very abnormal thing. I know not everybody knows or understands that. Dan Calloway being at our event,
big deal.
That small of an event, is a humongous ordeal. Like
they also gave positive feedback to our community as well. And Dan was like, "We will come back and do this as long as you guys are doing that." They had a great time. They loved everyone there. It was very like engaging for them. At one point, Dan had asked the group and was like, "All right, so how many people have been to Bardstown?" And something like 90% of the people that were in the breakout session were like, and he just like looked at Ron and was like, smiled and was like, "All right, cool." Like,
that's cool.
And just had like a bunch of fun with that session.
One of the things
you should have seen the like line of people waiting to talk to Dan after the breakout session. They were there until the next one started. There was a line of people.
Was there really?
Taking pictures with them one after the other. They actually had to move like out onto the ramp a little bit to like give them some room to start the next one.
Can I tell you what's so cool about the whole like normally like Ron gets full credit for this, but Ron, when I reached out to Ron the first year for Pours in the Park, Ron was like, "We're in, like anything, right? Like Bardstown will be there."
Yeah.
And Ron has really stuck to that every year, and Ron has done more and more every year for that event, and he doesn't have to do that. Truthfully, I can't even imagine he probably gets yelled at. He doesn't even get paid to do it. He gets yelled at. But Ron Miles, it has done nothing but been the most supportive human in a spot where he can be really helpful and bring people like Karen and bring people like Dan Calloway to the event and bring Bardstown and Green River to the event in such fashion that they come in, because places like Green River and Bardstown go to events with thousands of people.
Yeah.
Not
they do
hundreds
they
of
go
people,
to the Kentucky Bourbon Festival.
Right. Yeah. And so for them to show up that way, like not everybody knows that Dan Calloway and Karen shouldn't be at that event. You know what I mean? Now, the cool thing on the flip side of this, the really cool part about it is when you go to these huge events, you get a lot of people who aren't super into whiskey, it's perfectly fine. I understand it. But what the flip side of it is, it's less enthusiast and more public, right? And so what's so cool is when they come to these events and our community is, on their best behavior and is interested and is engaged and is cool and chill as fuck and respectful. That is a different experience for everybody, which is such a cool. We have distilleries that are that size that walk away and are like, "This was fucking awesome," because everybody was intrigued and interested.
Yeah,
so,
you heard that from a lot of the people running the distillery booths.
Yeah,
that the ones that come back, and then ones after I talked to as they're tearing down, the same thing was just like, this is great. You know, they love for that reason in particular is that everyone's an enthusiast here. They're all here. Everyone has like a good base of knowledge, great questions, interested in actually the product and stuff like that. So it was very nice. And other point for Ron, not just awesome, but really awesome to work with, like super cool, chill, has great ideas, brings stuff to, you know, to what we, you know, we're not even asking for. And he's just like, how about we do this? How about we add this?
Ron's a doer.
Yeah.
Ron, the nice thing about Ron is Ron will just plan Bardstown's event at Bourbon in the Barn or Pours in the Park, which is great because it takes it off the plate of this year. I had asked 3 other distilleries to do breakout sessions and none of them came back with any ideas. The breakout sessions were something that Ron and I discussed initially last year as like a proof of concept. So this year, Ron was like, we're going to do more because everybody got great feedback last year. And so this year I had asked other distilleries to do breakout sessions and everybody's like, oh, we'll see if we have some, you know, whatever. And they either didn't like have anything or didn't want to or weren't interested. And so Bardstown did the Dan Calloway blending one, Karen's Green River one, and then the Dan Calloway cigar one. Next year, Evernorth was going to do one this year. And I was not comfortable with what it was going to be because we didn't have everything we needed to do it. So I would rather not do it than do it and have it be fucking not what I wanted it to be. So we pulled the Evernorth one. Next year, Evernorth will have one, but it's such a cool fucking thing. It gives people something else to do while they're there. If they don't want to do the cornhole tournament, it's like an activity.
Yeah.
They're pretty short. It doesn't consume your whole 4 or 5 hours in the park. Such an awesome thing, truthfully. It was really cool. So huge shout out to Ron and Bardstown and Green River and Dan and Karen. Like, man. Also, we talked to Karen a bunch, and Karen we're gonna do like sit down with Karen and do a podcast at some point here because she's just the fucking best. But
yeah, great idea. She's awesome to talk to.
She's the fucking best, dude. She is such a badass. She's so fucking cool. We've gone so many places and met a lot, like just cool brand ambassador-y distillery people. Karen's fucking built different, out, dude. Karen's built different. I'll never forget Karen ever. I could get out of whiskey tomorrow. Never forget her ever. Save my life.
How are you gonna do that?
Get out.
Yeah.
Still remember, dude. Still remember. But no, so that was super cool. What else? The barn was like probably the perfect venue, I think.
Yeah, I think that worked out really well because, like you said, we had the breakout sessions in a different area, so it did break it up for people, and it was like a lot more open. We didn't have to worry about everyone being in the shade and stuff because last year we would have had everyone just jam packed underneath the tents or the pavilions or whatever, and with the barn, it just allowed everyone to kind of move around a little bit more.
Yeah, the barn felt like that barn fits 500 people in it, supposedly. So is the max. That's the max you're allowed to have in it. So that barn for 200, like probably total around 300 people was awesome.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, we didn't even use the south end of it.
No, I was telling people in the stalls, I was like, hey, if they were just chilling. And I was like, if you guys want to get farther away, if you go straight, there's more stalls and they're more like secluded. Like you can go if you just need a break from people or you feel too crowded or whatever.
Like not every one of them had chairs in it, but most of them had like.
Gabby went back there and fed you at one point in time.
Yeah. There's plenty. There's room for everything, which is awesome. No,
same side on the upstairs. There was no one sitting over there at all. You know, we could have definitely put up more chairs and tables and stuff over there.
Oh yeah,
50 or 60 more people upstairs on that side.
No, that was super cool. That was such a good space, and the park outside of the insurance thing, the park was awesome to work with. That's the sister park to who owns the parks that we were in the last 2 years or the spaces.
The Oakland County parks. Yeah.
So Oakland is like so they were recommended when I tried to book Twin Oaks this year and it was booked in January. The lady from Twin Oaks that was really nice, or not Twin Oaks, Twin Chimneys. The lady from Twin Chimneys was super nice in that, and she was like, I'm so sorry. I know you guys do Saturday in August. And I was like, shit. Is there anything else like this? Buildings though? Yeah. And she's like, we have a sister park with a barn and with an amphitheater, but I don't know if either are full, but here's their phone number. You can call them. When I called the barn people and they told me that it was going to be how much it was going to be for like the event, I was like, holy shit. That's literally
for the full weekend, right? It wasn't like
Yeah.
how they do a
It's
wedding.
what it was 12x the price is what Twin Chimneys was initially. And then they were really great and were willing to like work with us on having a 1-day event instead of a 3-day event in that park, and gave us cut the price in third by 2/3, which was awesome. And that was a great venue. I would 100% host something there.
Yeah.
And that was perfect. But
Fortunately, we did have one bus breakdown. I think it was the second to last bus that broke down
on the way.
stranded people for a little bit. From
already
the
had
event
people
back.
on it. Yeah, I was already on its way back. So there was about
they
a
were
half an
stranded for a
hour
bit.
extra delay from the scheduled stuff. So pretty much one extra trip to catch everybody else. But everyone I talked to was pretty, nice about it. No big issues. But yeah, we do apologize. Nothing we can really do about it, but it does suck, right? Like everything was going pretty well to plan until then. So
yeah.
Oh, Larry.
I mean, truthfully, truthfully, if we're gonna do it again type thing, we could probably get like real shuttles at some point, because that is a longer drive too.
Yeah,
that was a extra 8-minute drive or something.
Yeah,
it was a little farther, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, we pretty much passed the exit for the other park on the way too.
Yes,
we had the event.
I think it was 5 more miles or something, which is but.
And then it was back, so it was really slow, and all those curvy little roads. It just took more time.
And a detour off of their whatever road construction.
You can't leave the Sonesta though.
Yeah.
No, the Sonesta actually won't.
They love us.
They didn't hate us after last year somehow. So, but after this year, they're gonna be like, "This is the best fucking thing ever," because everyone
was great.
Huge shout out to everybody except 3 people that just needed escorts, but they had rooms there. So thank you for having rooms there. If you're going to get too drunk, please don't get too drunk. But if you do and you have a room there, it does make it easier on absolutely everybody.
Everyone. Yeah, we didn't have to get hotel rooms for anyone this year.
Kelly walked someone back. Alexa walked someone back. Everybody was really chill. I had helped somebody at the park get on the bus for a little while because they were having a harder time. Everybody was really cool. So
yeah, I stopped every morning and right before I went to bed at the front desk just to ask what was going on. And every morning they said everything was clean, everyone was picked up, like they went to bed at XYZ time. There was only that one complaint that you went and checked on right before I went to bed. All good. They're always, I don't know. The last lady said, what'd she tell me? She said, I feel like you guys have you're really hard on yourselves. You have a really high expectations. Just she was thinking there's probably people who come here and kind of destroy the lobby and just leave and expect them to pick it up after them. So
we just want people to be normal people.
Yeah, I'm like, that's not us. That's all I gotta say is I'm glad I can go to bed and wake up in the morning. They're like, nope, everything was clean. So that's was great to hear. Every morning I didn't have to wake up to any things that we had to take care of. So
yep, it was awesome. That was all great. Everybody was cool. And what was also nice is when you mentioned this earlier, Luke, but when people saw other people that were having too good of a time, we'll say, it was do you need help getting back to your room? You know what I mean? Yeah. Also, huge shout out to some people, and I don't even know their names. I wouldn't say them if I did know them. Huge shout out to people for not being fucking creeps. Truthfully, being very respectful, being cool as shit.
Yeah.
There were some situations which could have been just not good, and they were great. It was best case scenario every time, and that's a beautiful fucking thing to have at our event. You know what I mean? With our community and have our people there and have our people be those people is the greatest outcome. So
having that integrity, right? Even at the end of the night where you've been drinking. So that's great.
Yes, it was great. That was awesome. So Travis Neary, you are probably on 3 or 4 lists around the county now, which is a bummer. You're still my friend because thank God there were no children present.
I was in the lobby when that happened.
Gosh,
missed it.
That man, the man's swimming and swimming. He's fucking
swimming,
Finding Nemo, dude.
Which I didn't hear until later that there was glass bottles in the pool room.
Yeah,
it was guys, we don't have glass in anywhere there's water, right? In the rivers and the lakes and the pools.
Good news. Glass broke, not in the pool room.
Outside of the
pool. As soon as it broke, I looked over and I went, oh no. And then I went, oh, thank God it was not in the pool room.
Exactly.
So,
That's what I heard.
very happy about that.
Same feeling.
I did hear a bottle drop and everyone boo, and then it must have not broke because someone picked it up and I heard,
oh, really?
yeah.
Like cheering?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Hey, puppy dog.
It was great. Overall, legitimately, I give it
9.2.
a 9 out of 10. And you know what the one is? The VIP weather and air conditioning setup. That's it. If their air conditioner is broke, I blame it on them. So 9 out of 10, and I blame them for the one that's missing. There was nothing that I would have changed. There's nothing.
We're talking like phantom deductions, like the Olympics right now.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Because it's not our fault.
It wasn't perfect.
It's nobody's fault. It's not your fault. It's not my fault. It was not a lack of planning. It wasn't
Russia and just knocks off.
It just wasn't a 10.
It wasn't. It was a 10. On our behalf, it was a 10. I would say that. That's how I would phrase that. I think. And then on our community's behalf, I'd also give it a 10. And then on the whole Saturday, the whole day on Thursday and Saturday, I'd give it a 10.
To just Friday, huh?
It's a lot of 10s.
I'm only blaming the event space.
The food wasn't spectacular.
Okay, you're right. So. If I'm only rating Friday and the space itself and not on us at all, 6.5.
Oh.
You made the food worse and your air conditioner died. It was 70 degrees, dude. And it was 100% humidity. The ceilings were dripping.
Yeah, they were just spraying water in there. It was the weirdest thing.
We're literally dripping.
You guys seen the rave scene from Blade? It was just like that.
It was like John Wick when he was in the club and the sprinkler system's on and he's just like he's going through the club and it's just fucking water everywhere, dude.
I was not the only one who had to like walk out and like just stay outside for a minute because it was so hot. Like you get trapped in a corner upstairs or something, you just start dripping. Like
I was upstairs for so long.
I don't know why.
I never went outside.
That was a mistake.
I went outside at the end.
See, that was weird to be.
Like when it was over. That was it. And then when I went
outside, was instantly cooler.
It's fucking incredible outside.
Oh, you know what? My phantom deduction for Thursday night, I got the wrong taco from Proper Taco.
Oh, yeah, the spicy one, right?
Spicy motherfucker.
Yeah, but you ordered it.
No, I didn't. They gave me the wrong one.
Sean doesn't know this. This is a belief system.
Oh, I know the name of what I ordered.
You ordered a Karen.
Yep.
And she's a feeling.
And I got an Amanda.
Buddy, I think Karen's a spicy bitch.
It's only one spicy thing on the Karen. Okay. There are like 6 spicy things on the Amanda and just one not. Because I went and looked at it and I was like, what if it has fucking pickled onions on it? Sure. And I was like, Amanda.
Yeah.
It's like, whew. That was not for me.
I didn't eat Thursday at the food truck. I did not eat Friday at the VIP.
Mistake.
And Ricky brought me food. Or I think
we all saw the
Alexa brought me food on Saturday, and that was great. So smushed a triple cheeseburger with my whole mouth, dude. Holy shit! One of the best action shots that we'll ever have.
Yeah, we got pictures forever.
One of the best, dude. That action shot is the greatest I'll ever have. I'll never have anything I do look cooler than me eating that cheeseburger ever.
I don't know the picture after you're done with the big smirk.
Did you see the video?
No.
It looks cool as fuck. I look awesome. It looks like a fucking action movie. Dude.
You just eyes closed.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, it's great, dude. Oh, also huge shout out. There's going to be a bunch of There's a ton of pictures.
Yeah, Brandon took a bunch.
Huge shout out.
I dropped the link.
Perfect. We hired Brandon this year to take not Brandon Sprigoo. I had to do this with other people. I said not our Brandon, that Brandon. You're thinking Brandon Sprigoo over there, and it's the Brandon over here with the
Brandon
camera.
that gave us the old overhaul 10-year cast rank and commented on the video and said, too many goddamn Brandons in this community.
Yeah. We hired Brandon. Brandon came and asked to take pictures last year. And then this year, me and Luke sat down, we were doing the budget, and it was like, we're paying Brandon this year.
Yeah, that Brandon.
Because Brandon likes to take pictures, is very good at taking pictures. And that was like cool to be able to like hire somebody that wants to do that. Do you know what I mean? Like that's a cool feeling. So, and he fucking knocked it out of the park. I went through the pictures today and he did a really great job. So huge shout out to Brandon for taking pictures of me fucking murking a burger, dude. Absolutely. And everybody, hold on real quick on Facebook with all due respect to my fucking self Everybody telling me that that's a double cheeseburger can literally sit and spin, dude. That is the fattest triple I've ever had in my life.
Dude, that burger
7
place,
pounds.
I tell you what, they do good burgers.
Buddy,
it's called the Big Hugh Burger. It's like their specific thing. And
oh no, I got the one that was just called the triple. It's just named the triple.
Triple. Gotcha.
It was a meaty
doesn't have the extras on it.
Dude, it was so great. And that is the most just nonchalant, you would never expect that food truck to be good.
Yeah.
Nailed it 2 years in a row.
Oh, yeah.
2 years in a row. Sean found this food truck last year. We thought they weren't showing up.
Unassuming, right?
Yeah.
We thought they weren't showing up.
I looked at their food and I was like, dude, all the food looks fucking phenomenal. They showed up, killed it. I didn't have the tacos because we had tacos on Thursday. Had good feedback from them. I ended up having the
we know what was good though.
Yeah.
We like what
the barbecue. That's good.
Was it?
Yeah.
That motherfucker showed up with a smoker and I went, well, that's not gonna be bad.
Yeah.
He towed a smoker to the event.
Big fucking smoker.
Also, he
lives like 10 minutes away.
Really?
He lived like just south of there.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, when I called him up, he's like, well, where's it at? I'm like, Dallas. He goes, all right, I can run home if I have to. I was like, well, okay. Right around the corner.
So that guy was in the Facebook group posting about smoking meat. And I'm like, this guy's, that's just clearly his passion.
Yeah.
Like this is a passion.
He's an engineer. So just saying.
Aren't we all, Luke? You and me and him.
We all?
You, me, and him.
Boyer, we talked about you earlier. Sorry, you couldn't make it. You were missed.
Boyer, you would have loved what I said earlier, too.
Yeah. He said you were sucking on COVID.
Oh, yeah.
Good job, Luke. I appreciate you putting up my bullshit since January to plan that event.
Really? Because it always feels the other way around. I was always like,
no.
Dan, what about this? Dan, what about this?
Well, I know, but you and I work very different because you are very organized, right? And I'm very spur of the moment and then just do the fucking thing right now, right? So, which works out well. It works out well because in emergencies, it's like
we get it done.
I'm gonna make some fucking phone calls and we're gonna figure. While you do that, I'm gonna take care of some shit. And we're gonna figure it out.
Dan buried a whole family.
This is why I would just give Dan a list, and then when he could get to it, he just hammer them all out. And
it's all at once, or it's none at all. So, but no, I appreciate you, buddy. We did hire Luke this year. I sat down with Luke. I don't remember when it was. Might have been like Jan, Feb. I don't know. But we were at Evernorth, and I looked at Luke, and I said,
November.
I would love for you to coordinate the event, which that's not the exact words I used. It's probably something really stupid. But plan, Pours in the Park this year. And I said, but if you are not willing to accept money from us, you cannot be a part of planning the event.
Yeah.
Because last year,
it was.
I sent Luke money.
You won't let me pay you.
Yep.
You cannot do it. He said
Luke logged into our PayPal and refunded the money that we sent.
I did not. You keep telling this is a lie. I literally just hit do not accept.
No, you just hit refund.
I don't have to sign
Luke
in.
Logged back into our PayPal.
I mean, Luke did have our PayPal password.
If I was doing that, I would get on there and pay myself.
Use that however you see fit. But no, so that was the conversation at Evernorth with Luke, and Luke was like, all right. And I appreciate you accepting it, and I appreciate you putting up with me for the last, fucking 7 months of planning this thing. So
yeah, I love doing it, and it was partly, I had two goals: making sure that you guys had all the time in the world at the event, where you didn't have to put out fires, and people in the background can do it, and making sure that the people who were there had a great time. They didn't have any interruptions or anything weird happening. Lots of things to do. So I think of those two goals, I think we nailed it.
Yeah, I agree, buddy. I agree. I will say that last year or this year, Ricky did run a show again, and that went great. That actually works really well for all of us. That works. She's willing to be more intrusive than you are, Luke, which is great.
At one point there was like, especially for the bottle share, like when they get done, I'm like, Brandon looked at me and went, it's got 10 minutes left. You think we should go in there and start like telling people? I go, I have a lot of strengths and I have a lot of weaknesses, and I know one of them is bossing people around. All right, and I cannot do it. I'm not very good at it. And I went, you know what I would do? I'd probably walk in there, almost say something, walk all the way around the room, and then leave. Probably that's exactly what would have happened. So Rob had heard that and looked at Alexa, and he's like, Alexa will do it. And she just goes, what was that? I was like, oh, do you mind just popping in there and telling people, we're going to wrap it up? And she's like, oh, yeah, no problem. Pop right up, right in there. Great. Worked out perfect. So, yes.
Ricky told me that. We drove home when I got home later that night. Ricky was like, at one point, Luke was like, I would walk around in there and I would just leave.
I would have absolutely.
That's 100% Luke. Like without a doubt, that's 100% Luke. Because Luke's so fucking nice.
Yeah.
And
if you want like the information or
out, right? Yeah.
No problem. I'll just throw information at you. No problem. But if I have to like go in there and like literally yell at people in a room looking at me, nah, I'm good. Yeah. I'm out.
No, that works out great. And no, this was good, man. This was the most relaxing year I've got to have, which I appreciate the fuck out of.
1,000%.
I mean, even last year, truthfully, if the Saturday bottle share went as well as it did this year, I still would have gotten to relax more this year at the event than I did last year. So like that is saying something. You know what I mean? Like that is that's very I very much appreciate that. That was worth everything. That was worth all of it. So thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. And huge shout out to everybody that helped, all the volunteers. Huge
all the
shout out to
people
Ricky
for being
for
cool.
fucking running like the day of shit and being willing to do all of that for us. And she literally drove back from her work trip to Godfather's. She didn't even go to the hotel. Didn't get to go to the hotel first. Drove back to Godfather's and then just then did the weekend. And she left again today to go on another work trip. So she has had fucking no downtime and still did that for us. So I appreciate the fuck out of it.
Absolutely.
Ricky has great practice bossing Dan. Listen, Travis, you don't know me, dude. I can't do around Travis. Listen, dude.
Dan does what Dan wants. Is what he just said.
It's a fucking disaster, Travis. She's like, do the fucking dishes. And I'm like, I'll get to them someday. They don't get done. Holden doesn't know. That's Holden's chore. No, that's Holden's.
Dan's like, I'll outsource it.
He wants allowance. He can do it.
Yep.
So,
hey, kid, you want to make $10?
Cam said, bro, you simultaneously got the most badass cheeseburger gift and worst derpy tongue out burger photo combo of all time. I want you to know, Cam, I got 17 DMs from a lot of dudes asking me to do that with my tongue to them. So, joke's on you, Cam.
How many of them were Dustin?
Cam was one of them.
That makes sense.
Yep.
Did you see him eyeing me up in a dress?
100%. I did. I also
absolutely.
I saw the picture of him explaining things to Sarah she couldn't have cared any less about.
That's a good picture.
That's a great picture.
That's a fantastic picture.
Poor Sarah.
Yeah.
Every time I see a picture of Sarah and Cam, I go, poor Sarah.
Do you think she just got music playing? Whenever he's talking,
I think she's got music playing and she goes, I wonder how I can get out of this. Like that. You know what I mean?
And she had to show him up and nail the poor guesses, and he wasn't even close.
He tried to
Sean
say,
and I knew this.
That was my guess.
Sean and I knew after the barrel pick that Sarah was significantly better at all whiskey things than Cam.
Yeah.
I actually pitched to Cam. So like probably this part's a true statement. Actually, I think this whole story is true. The first part of the story is 100% true. I pitched to Cam at one point, like, hey, when you go on a barrel pick, always take somebody with you that you trust their palate. Like Sean and I have each other, right? Mm-hmm. You take somebody with you all the time that can go with you. And then, because then if you're like if you just don't like something, at least you go, well, they like good stuff too. It's fine. Yeah. Right. Yeah. After this part is also true. After Cam and Sarah came up, I go, just bring Sarah with you. What the fuck are you doing?
That's true.
We had this whole conversation. She's better than you at everything.
Those words were said.
And you're the same height. It's not even like you're losing one thing for another. There's no trade-off.
I don't know if that was said.
She's better. This part's a lie. But she is. So, needless to say.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I picked her, Drums and Drams pick 2 over the 1 as well.
We just call it Sarah's pick or the better pick.
Sarah's pick.
You want to call
Sarah's
it?
pick is good. Yep.
The day I had COVID, I picked Cam's, and then otherwise I picked Sarah's every time.
Oh, you had COVID again?
During Cam's video, I had COVID just for the moment, for that 20 minutes.
Oh,
yeah, because I picked Cam's in that video.
Here.
Yeah,
it was rude.
Yeah, I didn't actually have COVID. I just needed an excuse to pick Cam's over Sarah's. It's only happened once.
You were sucking on Cam's COVID, huh?
Cam said just a minor exaggeration. Oh shit! What time is it? Okay, I got 10 minutes.
9:05. Tim's got to go get children.
Yep, my wife's gone again. So There was listen, this is the longest live stream I can fit in here tonight. So. But
she said start at 7.
It's 4 o'clock on East Coast or West Coast. Holy shit.
They're a bunch of slackers over there anyways.
Luke, did you not drink any? Hold on. This just hit me because I have a brain dysfunction thing. Did you not drink anything at the VIP?
I had.
I brought everybody the turkey at the beginning.
Yeah, that was
it?
That's what I drank. Yep.
That's it.
That, and I had like a couple sips off of like people. Oh, try this type.
You
of
had a
thing.
lot of stuff. Your tab was so much higher than mine.
We didn't pay for shit. We didn't pay for shit. Those tabs were not run.
I signed both of them.
Well, I'll show you an invoice that we got. Some stuff was not accounted for.
I was just say I signed both of those.
A lot was not accounted for.
Okay.
Yeah. That place, it was I don't know. That place is in the middle of a transition thing right now. So I'm assuming that's part of it. But it was definitely different than last year because I paid them in a very different manner this year than I paid them last year.
It sounds like you paid them in drug money or blood money or blood diamonds.
It was invoiced very differently. So, okay, Luke. Well, I have whiskey for you now. So,
yeah.
I mean, okay. It's like they got lots of whiskey.
And now you have to drink it, dude. So.
Well, what was the one that you gave us? The Freedom or the Heritage or something like that?
That was the Freedom. That was the Freedom because I never even seen or heard of that bottle before.
I had the other one.
And it was really cool. The Heritage was
really good.
The Freedom was really good. That's something, especially for how much money that bottle cost on secondary. Yeah. I'd buy one of those.
Yeah.
It's like $300. That's a good bottle of turkey. Especially one I've never heard of. And it's 101 proof.
Yeah.
I would 100%. It's early 2000s. I would definitely buy that. That was a good bottle. So.
Yep.
But it was just
that was a great idea on your part. Just like after thinking about VIP bottles, you're just like, you know what? We got the money and the budget. I'm just gonna start buying Dusty turkeys and have something. Really
well, we were gonna source a couple things
for the VIP.
And then Dan found some good value in those, and we just like, dude, we can get a couple of these super cheap.
No, I hit Luke up and I'm like, hey, do we still have this much in the budget for VIP whiskey? He's like, yep. And I was like, cool. I can buy 3 George C. Stags, and not everybody will get one, or a bunch of Dusties, and everybody can have some. Like that. The thought process was it takes 5 bottles for everybody to get 1 pour, and they weren't using pour spouts. And last year, I thought they did. So this year would have been even worse because the pours were different.
Yeah.
And so it was like, it truthfully was one of those things where it was like 4 George C. Stags is $2,400, $2,700 range right now on secondary. So it was like, that's not even enough bottles for everybody at the VIP to get 1 1-ounce pour of George C. Stag, which is fucking lame. If we can spend the same budget on 10 Dusty whatevers, pre-Fire Heaven Hill and turkeys, then everybody can have a Dusty, no matter what. Like everybody can have a pour of a Dusty, and we'll call it good. Like because not everybody's had George C. Stag or Dusty whiskey, so you might as well be able to experience one of them. Which is, I liked the bottles at this year's VIP. Barrel King sent a shit ton of stuff for everybody to try, which is so cool. Jared's the fucking best. I reached out to Jared and I go, hey man, do you want to like sponsor some bottles for the VIP? And he goes, I'll sponsor the entire fucking thing. That's what he said. Swear to God, I'm not exaggerating. I promise I'm not exaggerating.
That sounds like a Jared statement.
And I said, you do not have to do that. If you want to send like 6, that would be great. He sent fucking 12 and it was great. So huge shout out to Jared from
lots of options at the VIP.
But yeah, there are tons of options, which is super cool. We got to pull we pulled 6 of our H Taylors, 6 of the Eagle Rares, just because it was truthfully the options were raffle the Eagle Rares to patrons, which is not fun and pisses a shit ton of people off, and 6 people win, or bring 6 Eagle Rares to the event and then everybody at the event can try it, which is cool.
140 whatever free drink tickets, and everyone got a we got a big pool of people who got to try the Eagle Rares, which is great.
Yep. So that just felt like a better move. Like the Dusty turkey felt like a better move, or just Dusties in general. And it was the same amount of money as like, those few George C. Stags. So, but I like the lineup this year. We spent more obviously on VIP bottles than we did last year, because last year most of them ended up getting donated. But truthfully, like everything worked out great. And we had the budget set aside and it was beautiful. So
yeah.
But
well within budget. That's the best part about the budget,
Yeah.
right? It's like
Yep.
you know what
The
you
whole
can do
thing.
with it. So
yeah, it helped. Bardstown sponsored the glassware. That helped a bunch.
Yeah.
Like Ron
That
came
helped
out
a
and was
lot.
like, hey, like
helped a lot.
tell us how much. And it was like, cool, let's go this route with the glasses then. So
Yep.
Ben Holiday asked how they can get that next year.
What?
Glass
Oh, really?
ones.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Oh, cool. I didn't know that. That's
There you
awesome.
Mhm.
That's cool. Well, people can sponsor like transportation. We can put signs on the shuttles and stuff too. That was another Mike Palladini had that idea.
Oh.
He's like, we could sponsor transportation, like put a Penelope thing on the bus.
Yeah.
And it was like,
I mean,
shit, it's too late.
Yeah, never thought of that.
Sure.
But just like stuff
probably
like
all
that.
our big expenses. You know, we could have people sponsor them if
Yeah,
they're interested.
People want to
So,
jump in. But that dude, the holiday guys were awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were.
Those guys are great. They really are. Those guys are awesome.
We met Matt's brother in the airport, and he was like, "Hey, my brother works at Ben Holiday." And we're like, "We're going there soon."
Mhm.
Ended up running into him and talking to him for like 20 minutes while doing the barrel pick, and they're like, "Hey, you guys want to come finish the barrel pick?" I'm like, yeah, I guess.
Really? That's wild.
Dude, while we were there, he's like, we were talking about the event, and he's like, "Hey, you guys got to tell him that I need to be there." And so we went up, and we're like, he said he wanted to go, and then they brought him up,
They let him
which
go?
is so cool.
They were like,
That's-
were you serious about wanting to go? He's like, hell yeah.
That's crazy.
That was cool.
Just like talked himself right into it.
Hey,
Mhm.
it worked out. I'm glad he was there. He
He did.
was,
He's
Matt was a
awesome.
cool guy.
They're both great. The New Holland guys, like, I would pay money for New Holland to be there every year with Pete. Truthfully,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pete was there the first year too. Like, Pete was there the last year. Pete's the fucking best, dude.
Yeah,
At the very end,
they had a cool. I guess they've been working on their bar and setup and stuff. They have
That was
some.
good.
Oh, they had a cool
woodworker-
setup.
Like,
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
like a woodworker guy at the company. He was just like making them all sorts of cool stuff. So he's like
Oh, that's cool.
I didn't
trying
know
to
that.
improve their stuff, and it looked awesome.
That's really cool. The Chrissy's right. Nobody did fall down the ramp, which is great. That would have hurt like a bitch.
I thought
Man,
about
we
it.
were all waiting for it. We were all waiting for it.
Just letting
It's like,
Jesus
that-
take
Just
the
a
wheel and
drunky stumble down the ramp, dude.
I ready to just somersault down.
The gravel. That just hurt like such a bitch.
There were
Ah,
stairs. Did you know that?
There's a lift
Yes.
There was also stairs, though.
inside, not
I didn't see-
outside.
Yeah.
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 So I just used the stairs a lot.
Inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck it. I just went down the ramp. But I wasn't there. I never felt drunk, so I was like, I'll be fucking fine. Drunk, it wouldn't even hurt. You just fall and you're like, fuck,
Nah,
man.
it hurt.
Blood. You're like, yeah, it's a bummer. And then you just got to deal with that later.
It definitely hurt.
But yeah, dude. At the end, Pete, like, I had kept going over to so my sister was there and she was helping. And at one point I was like, do you want whiskey? And she's like, sure. So I walk her over like somewhere with different whiskey because she doesn't like whiskey, right? And so I was like,
You need whiskey that doesn't taste like whiskey.
Origin, like
Yeah.
the low proof Origin, because it's so tropical. And it's only
They
90.
had the honey there too.
Yeah.
And I was like, I just wanted low though,
Yeah.
like 90 proof is like, this
Yeah.
would be great. I got
I think the
her
maple one
that,
was too.
and she was like, that's actually really good. And I'm like, that is so sweet, right?
Yeah.
And
Sugar.
then every time I would go get somebody whiskey, like I get Mandy whiskey, I got Brandon whiskey a couple times. And every time I would go get whiskey, I would go over there and I'd be like, do you still have the maple Origin barrel proof under the tin? And he's like, hey, pour me some. And at the end, he came over and said, wow, it's so cool. And he's like,
Oh,
you've been
that's
drinking
awesome.
this all day.
Never got to
And
try
I
it.
was like, I love it. It's out. I got it. It's in here.
Yeah.
So it's
I heard
here.
a lot of good
But
about
they're
that one.
cool,
in
man.
particular.
Yeah.
Anyone who got a pour of that was like that. That was awesome.
Yeah. This is not bad.
Funky.
It's root beery. What is it?
What you like?
Double oaked and something.
It's
It's
80
mis-
corn, 20 rye.
Hmm.
That would probably do it.
Tastes mesquite.
103 proof cask strength, straight bourbon whiskey cask finished with French oak staves.
There you go. That makes sense. I was gonna say that
Tastes
is
like root beer.
really toasty. I pop a dough.
It's Gold Bar Rick House is what it is.
I've never heard of it.
Klein has a Gold Bar whiskey and it's actually a gold bar.
It's not so good. But that's pretty good.
Nick said, is your sister single? We could be brothers. Yeah, she is, Nick. Good luck, dude. She'll fucking kill you. Oh
Yeah.
shit, Nick's
Her
waiting. She's super nice, Nick.
Yeah, there you go.
What are you telling?
She's very nice.
She doesn't have daddy issues. Do you know what I mean? Like, what do you tell Nick? To
She's
keep
got
him
her
away-
own money.
To keep him to keep him away from people. Oh,
She also has a Mustang though.
Nick texted me something today.
Oh, Nick's car's almost done. I
Yes.
said, you're getting ready to sell
Yeah,
it
I
then.
saw that. Nick texted me something today and he goes, dude, Oh, I sent him a form that we need filled out for Evernorth. And he goes, hey, man, I'm like doing something. I'll fill it out a little bit later today. I was like, within the next few days is fine. He's like, oh, if I don't do it today, I'll just forget and I'll piss you off. And I was like, I don't think I've ever been mad at you. And he goes, well, guess we'll test that theory. And I'm like, all right, man. It's nice for me to have never been mad at you, isn't it? You know what I mean? Like,
see, Bo's. There you go, Bo. Thank you. That's the one.
Doesn't have 30
tattoos mixed up.
Yeah.
Yep.
She's not going to be his boss either because she's too smart for him.
What is this?
More mesquite than the my. I went over to Evernorth today at 4.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
What happened?
Oh, there's a barrel over there that tastes just like what Brandon just said.
Lay's barbecue? What is it?
There's not a different way to explain it. And it's not more or less than you think. It's exactly what he just said.
What is it? What is the barrel?
It's a Wave Save 25% rye from Sagamore.
Oh, okay.
I smell it and I go, that has ketchup in it.
It's on the right side then.
And he goes, no, dude, it's barbecue Lay's. And I go, oh my gosh. There's nothing ever that smelled more or less like a bag of barbecue Lay's than that whiskey.
Oh.
Brian Medina, I'm getting married this year. My uncles are having a bourbon tasting for me. What bangers would you guys recommend that would please a crowd? Dude, just bring cool
Where you
whiskey.
located. Yeah.
Just bring like something cool. It doesn't have to be like, you don't got to bring monsters everywhere. You can just bring like stuff that you're like, this is a cool store pick or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would also suggest like some offerings under 100 proof and under. Because
right, fair.
if you got a crowd,
people,
probably most of them are 80 proof's already too hot, you know?
Yeah, probably fair. So what's up, buddy? How are you, dude? Are you in Texas again?
What did you say?
I saw with Nick.
I was gonna say I saw him pop in a little bit ago.
With Nick
because he asked how the hell Nick got a wrench.
Oh, I don't actually know the answer to that.
He paid for it.
Probably. I have no idea how he got that wrench. Sean timed him out, took it away, gave it back.
Did all things
on this stream. So, oh, it does sound like a cam barrel, doesn't it?
Dude, we got a bunch of cam barrels.
This is the problem with it. We both drank it, Brandon and I go, it's fucked up because it's not gross. It's just whiskey doesn't taste like it doesn't taste like it's bad. It tastes like food.
Barbecue.
It tastes like you're eating.
Okay.
Not drinking.
You can get him in on that balsamic vinegar one next too.
No.
Or whatever the Chinese food
I think
barrel.
we gave away that barrel. We still have them.
It hasn't had it's probably got mice and shit in it, but it's just sitting out. It doesn't have a bung in it. It's dry as fuck. You know what I mean? It's ruined. It's trashed, but thanks, Dan and Sean, for a great time. Dan owes me a ZJ for reasons. Yes, I do. I thought I owed him 3, so I'll do the 1.
What was the reason?
Cam said next pick next week. 2 weeks you can come up. I'm gone next week. You can come up next week.
I'm gone in 2 weeks.
You can come up in 3 weeks, Cam.
No, wait, next week. I'm gone next week too.
Cam, you can come up in 2 weeks again. Yeah. Back to 2 weeks. Where are you going?
Aaron Katie's on Wednesday.
What are you guys going for?
That's because we normally do the
trip.
Yeah, we normally do that a week with them. Yeah. We're doing a half a week basically.
Oh, okay, shrinking it.
Doing a staycation though.
Yeah. Are you going to their place?
Yeah, we're just gonna go play golf and shit.
I was gonna say you're just gonna play golf the whole time.
Gonna try to.
Yeah. Fuck it.
My wife's still here.
I don't know. You're about to find out though.
Q loves going golfing.
Bo said, "When is my invite for the Starlight pick?" So
we just talk about
I talked to Starlight today, and Starlight said the one person that is on the ban list is the I'm straight guy from the Barrel House, which was both. So
I told him it was CJ. You're good, both.
Cam, we have redone our pick program. You now have an allotted 2 hours.
Oh yeah,
from the first drink to the last drink
before we kick you out.
I mean, I'll carry you, but whatever.
Bring Sarah, so it can be in 2 hours.
I did get to coddle Cam. I picked him up like a baby. I did it. I did it this weekend.
Later than you think.
I mean, I could hold him and you know what I mean?
I like how that's the first place you go.
Listen, I mean, truthfully,
you could have been like Holden weighs more.
No, I wanted it to be dirtier than that. Okay. Cam is the correct way for me to be able to pick him up and bounce him, if you know what I'm saying. Like, it's wild, dude. Gosh, that's so bad. All right, I have to go pick up my children. I literally have to.
All right.
I am not an adult. I'm not. That's not an adult statement.
No.
I have to leave.
All right.
Gotta end on that one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
Cam, I love you.
we didn't really go through a lot of whiskey tonight.
We didn't go through almost any. We'll do all these on the next one. Don't drink this tonight. Drink it on the next one.
Why?
Because that's a special gift from somebody.
I'm gonna drink it.
We'll drink it on the live
I'm
stream.
gonna just drink it now.
No, drink it on the live stream. I have to leave. So,
All right, guys.
well, you can stay on and drink it. I don't care. That's up to you. I've already drank it.
I'm going home.
It had to get open
so
at the
tired.
place that it came from.
So last night, my son is slowly morphing into a sleep demon.
Buddy, you have said he's been a sleep demon for 7 months and he's 6 months old.
It's getting worse.
It's not getting worse. I haven't figured it out yet.
I think
I
I'm
know.
deteriorating.
Guys,
He's the same.
We got to get Sean a book. Like, Sean has not figured out how to put this kid to sleep in 7 months, guys. And Q's a really great baby. So
When he's awake,
we got to figure
That's
this.
true.
Well, you got listen. I'm gonna be honest. You know what the problem is?
he's awake.
He can't be set down.
No,
This is the problem.
He loves love.
Well, he's been conditioned.
To love love.
Yes, this poor kid cannot be set down. And if he is, he's like, no human, you motherfucker.
Love me.
Oh, no drama, Henry. No drama at all. But
We were
great.
golfing.
It was a great week.
And Travis looked at me and goes, "You like books?"
Yeah, I overheard that.
No, he goes, "Oh, I was going to recommend a good book for you."
You should read the book that he's talking about.
I bet.
I'm sure it's his baby sleep book.
No, it's about golf.
Holy sh- Travis Neary said that?
Yeah.
That guy's a fucking idiot, dude. I love him, but he's an idiot. Christy said she'll sleep train Q in 3 days. Ricky was a bad motherfucker at sleep training. Me?
Yeah, I'm bad at it.
Not at all. I wasn't at all. But I loved sleeping with Holden, and I just loved that was my favorite thing ever. So I was like, Ricky would sleep train him, I'd ruin it. Ricky sleep train him, and she would get fucking irate at me. She could like get him to the point where she'd set him down in his crib, he'd sleep all night. And then I would fuck the whole thing up and she'd have to redo it. She would be so fucking mad at me, and I don't regret it at all. So cheers, everybody. I have to go.
Okay.
I love you guys. Thank you guys for the great event. Thank you again, Luke. Cheers, everybody. If you didn't come this year, truthfully, you fucking missed out. No offense, Boyer. I know you sucked COVID for too long.
Jesus Christ.
But I love you guys.
Yep. Thank you guys for an amazing event. I'm going to go home, wash dishes. It's great.
Smart move. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah. All right. I'll see you guys on Thursday. We got a list coming out. You're going to just close the camera off there? All right. Dan's going to turn the camera off. Bye. I haven't even hit end stream yet.